Welcome to the online classes. I hope you all are safe and sound and keeping up with the pace of your studies. This is video 3 of the chapter Light. Now let's start with the explanation of the chapter. The first topic is, to form a ray diagram, we should have at least two rays to intersect each other and form the image. The two rays can be any of the two rays from these four underlisted. What are these four? The first ray can be a ray passing through center of curvature. Second, may be a ray parallel to principal axis. Third, a ray passing through the focus. And fourth, a ray incident at the pole. Now let's discuss all the four rays. The first is a ray passing through center of curvature. This is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror. Whenever a ray passes through center of curvature, it is incident at 90 degree on the mirror. There 90 degree means it is normal to the mirror. Means angle of incidence is 0. Now according to second law of reflection, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So angle of incidence is here 0, therefore angle of reflection will also be 0 and the light ray is going to retrace back. Similarly in convex, the light ray is incidence at 90 degree, means normal. So it will be reflected back also in the same path. Now let's see the second ray, that is a ray parallel to the principal axis. Whenever a ray is parallel to the principal axis, that is incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, the reflected ray is always going to pass from the focus. Here also in convex you can see that the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis and the reflected ray when produced back will pass from the focus. Third will be a ray passing through the focus. Now it is just opposite to the second ray. Whenever a ray will pass through the focus, that is incident ray is going to pass through the focus, the reflected ray will become parallel to the principal axis. Same here in case of convex mirror, a ray incident ray is passing through the focus when extended back. The reflected ray is going to become parallel to the principal axis. Fourth and the last ray is the ray incident on the pole. So whenever a ray is incident on the pole, it will be reflected back in the direction with the same angle as angle of incidence. So angle I and angle R will be same. Same here in case of convex also. Now the next topic is ray diagram for formation of images in a concave mirror. Children, in concave mirror there are many cases which we will discuss one by one. Let's see. Case 1. When the object is at infinity. When the object is at infinity, then all the rays of light reaching the concave mirror subtend nearly the same angle. So they can be treated as parallel to each other. Now let us consider two rays, AD and BE. Both rays are parallel to each other as well as parallel to principal axis. We know that the ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes from focus. So both the rays passes through focus. Hence, real and point images formed. The characteristics of the image formed will be real, inverted and diminished to a point. Second case is when the object is at far distance. Here two rays AP and BD are taken as incident ray and they are parallel to each other. When they are incident at the point D and P, P is pole. So the reflected ray here will be PA1 for AP and DA1 for BD. These two reflected rays are intersecting each other at focus. So a inverted, small and on the same side a image will be formed. What will be the characteristics of the image? The image will be real, inverted and highly diminished. See, such a small image is formed, so it will be highly diminished. Third case, when the object beyond center of curvature. Consider AB as the object. We're going to take two rays here, that is AD parallel to the principal axis and a ray AE passing from center of curvature. So the ray AD will reflect and pass from focus, and the ray AE will strike the mirror and will be reflected back in that same path. These both rays will be intersecting at A1 and the image of the object will be formed as B1, A1. You can see here the image formed is small. So the characteristics of the image will be real, inverted and diminished. Case 4, when object is at center of curvature. When the object is kept at center of curvature in the figure as AB, we will take two rays. The first ray AD parallel to principal axis, which after reflection will pass from the focus. Second ray AE, which will pass from the focus and after reflection will become parallel to the principal axis. These two rays, that is DA1 and EA1, when produced are going to intersect each other at A1. If we draw the image here as A1B1, we will notice that the image is formed at center of curvature and it is of same height as that of the object. So therefore, the characteristics of the image will be real, inverted and same size as that of the object. Case 5. When the object is between center of curvature and focus, means the object is between C and F. Look into this diagram. AB is the object kept between center of curvature and focus. Again, as in the previous case, we're going to take the same rays, that is AD, parallel to the principal axis, which after reflection is going to pass from the focus. Second ray AE, which is again passing from the focus and after reflection will become parallel to the principal axis. These two rays AD and AE after reflection are going to intersect each other at A1. Draw the image B1A1, we will see that the image will be formed beyond center of curvature. It will be inverted and it will be magnified. So the characteristics of the image will be real, inverted and magnified. Case 6, when the object is at focus. An object AB is placed at focus. The first ray AD parallel to principal axis after reflection passes from the focus. Second ray AE appear to come from the center of curvature, which is incident normal on the mirror and retrace back. These two rays, when produced, become parallel and meet at infinity. So the image is formed at infinity. The characteristics of the image formed is real, inverted and highly magnified. Case 7, when the object is placed between focus and pole. Consider an object AB placed between focus and pole. Again we will take two rays. The first ray AD parallel to principal axis, which after reflection will pass from the focus. Second ray will again appear to come from center of curvature, that is AE. But these two rays, when produced after reflection, will never meet each other and they will diverge. So when produced at the back of the mirror, a erect, virtual and magnified image will be formed, that is A1, B1. So what will be the characteristics of the image? The characteristics will be, the image will be virtual, upright or erect and magnified. Next topic is Ray diagram for formation of images in a convex mirror. Children, in convex mirror, there is only one case because wherever we keep the object in front of the mirror, the image formed will be the same. Whenever the object is kept, the image is formed between the pole and the focus F. On the other side of the mirror, not on the same side where the object is. It is formed on the other side of the mirror. Let us consider a light ray AD parallel to the principal axis, which after reflection take the path DM and appear to diverge from the focus. Second ray AE is along the line joining center of curvature of mirror and is reflected on the same path. Both rays intersect at A1. So we will get the image as A1, B1. The characteristics of the image will be virtual. Why virtual? Because it is on the other side of the mirror. It will be erect and it will be diminished. The size of the image will be smaller. Now let's see some of the uses of the spherical mirror. The uses of concave mirror. Concave mirror can be used as a shaving mirror. We know when an object is between focus and pole, a magnified and upright image is formed, which can be seen from the ray diagram. And very minute hairs on the face can be seen as the image is magnified. So it is used as a shaving mirror. Secondly, it can be used in torch, searchlight and headlights of the automobiles where we need a parallel beam of light. So a concave polished metallic surface is used for this purpose. The source of light, that is a small bulb, is kept at the focus of the reflector. So the ray after reflection becomes parallel to each other and we get the parallel beam as a needed. Third, in doctor's head mirror, which you must have seen whenever you go for a ENT checkup. For this, parallel beam of light is made to fall on the mirror tied on the doctor's head. The concave mirror focuses the beam of light on the body part to be examined. Now let's discuss some of the uses of the convex mirror. Convex mirror is used as a reflector on a street lamp. Convex mirror diverges all the light rays falling on it. And in street lamps, we have to cover larger areas of the street. So convex reflector is used in the street lamps. Secondly, it is used as a rear view mirror. It diverges the light beam and forms a virtual, erect and small images between its pole and focus. This fact enables the driver to use it as a rear view mirror and see the white traffic coming behind them. With this, we end the chapter. Children, keep revising your subject and complete the assignment. Stay home and stay safe.